So the Dallas Wings have just hired their new coach, and it was not Sandy Brondolo. And considering the fact they hired him the day after Sandy Brondolo went to Toronto, means that she must want no part of this team. They must have been holding out for Sandy. They must have been holding out for Sandy, because this kind of is a bit of a mad one. Like, this is a bit of a left field hire, if so to speak. But it was Jose Fernandez. Jose Fernandez was the coach of South Florida, and like he had a decent team. Like, he had Tania Latson. Was South Florida? That was Tania Latson, wasn't it? Was USF not Tania Latson and Michaela Timpson? So they were 19 and 4, were they? How'd they get on? Who was it? What team was South Florida? So he won 2 AAC tournaments, including last year. I actually don't know anything about this guy. I'm gonna pretend I know anything about this guy. Where did No, she went to Florida State. Sorry. Who was in South Florida? I actually have no idea. I have no idea. Like, they beat Duke. That's not bad. Like, that's actually not a bad win at all, beating Duke. Honestly, they were pretty good. So beating Duke is a pretty good win. But like, maybe there's people will know more about how this guy plays. I just think it's a bit of a weird one, giving a college coach Paige Bueckers. I think it's an interesting one. But maybe, giving a college coach Paige is probably the smarter idea. Maybe these college coaches they're used to being a head coach. They're going to be good. But, like, I think this is very out of left field. Let's go. We got Gino's friend. You know him already. We had Timu Gina's. Now we have Gino's friend. Timu G's, now we have Gino's friend. Gino and Paige Bueckers were plotting. Nate Timmons, Carl Smith doing a great job as head coach. Those are Mabby's more men. Do your research on the guy. He's good and probably overqualified to lead a young team. Didn't expect his hire was indeed transformed bottom feeding USF team to solid winning team. Okay, like, so very similar to Carl Smith. That works. Why are they overwhelmingly hiring male coaches? Hire the best coach available. If it's a woman, great. If it's a man, great. Genuinely, if they're good, they're good. That's just my opinion of this. 25 years and he had the USF job. So I think this is a weird one. I still think this is a weird one. So Courtney Williams played under him, and that's it for players. Still in. Okay, Kit Laxa. If he might bring Kit Laxa and make Kit Laxa good. Kit Laxa's a hooper. He hit a ceiling in USF. Don't really have an opinion on this. All I know is he's extremely experienced and was in the running last year. I don't think he would leave USF. There wasn't a serious offer and understanding on the table. He's a good motivator, knows X and O's, and develops some WNBA standouts. Most interesting is he's usually composed USF's roster mostly international players because of his preferred style of play. So I'm curious how this philosophy works. Our fam, you are a Dallas Wing. That's what I'll take from this. If he wants to have international players, our fam, you are a Dallas Wing. And that's a great thing, because our fam is that level. Our fam is that level. But, yeah, I can see the Wings fans losing their shit on Twitter. Like, I need to see the tweets. I need to see the tweets response. I need to go over that in another video. But, look, we saw success with Carl Smesko. We've seen success with Carl. We've seen success. Like, I think it doesn't, whether you're able to coach basketball or not isn't gender specific. Like, doesn't matter what gender you are, and it works both ways. Which is why I actually think they're like, I mean this when I say this. I think if basketball was purely a meritocracy, and nobody wanted to take the risk of being the first person to bring in a female head coach, there would already have been a female head coach in the NBA. I think there is definitely something that they're not getting they're not really getting the same opportunities. And is it right? Is it wrong? Not really. Or is it right? Obviously not. Obviously not. But at the end of the day, like, it is. We'll see if there's a good hire. But we saw when it came to like Nate Tibbetts how good he was, how good Carl Semeska was, how good what's his name was. It's really just the two of them. It's the two of them. So far, taking one of those college players has had or taking one of the college coaches has had a really like good success. Like, you have had a lot of really a lot of good success with these players or with these type of coaches. And then when you've got players that'll be happy with that, because like if he's Gino Auriemma's friend, Paige is going to be happy with that. And you've kept Paige happy, you've kept UConn happy. Maybe he does go and take an AZ Fudd. Unlikely. He probably takes an Awa fan, which is the right decision to make. If he's able to bring in, like, if I'm him, I'm on the phone. If he can get Kit Lax over, I think Kit Lax is a super effective bench player. I just don't. I thought she was really good for the Mercury, and just stopped playing out of nowhere. Like, she's an absolute sniper. But like, we'll see. We'll see. I think male coaches have been doing well with these teams, other than Chris Coughlin is. I still don't blame Tyler Marsh. I'm not going to blame Tyler Marsh. He just got handed a shit show. I think what's his name was terrible. I think Chris Coughlin was absolutely terrible. But I don't hate this. I really don't hate this from the Dallas Wings. We'll see. It could be wrong. He could be a terrible coach, but there's precedent. It's not really a risk taking him. He's coached in women's sports. He's been very successful in women's sports. And I think it's okay. I think it's an all right thing to hire somebody that you know is going to be a good, could be a good coach and has coached in the women's game and has coached a high level and coached a bad team into being good, which is what the Wings are, especially if he's there long term. Anyway, I'll see you guys.